I recently watched and loved the 2018 A Wrinkle in Time, so I decided it was time to watch the 2003 version, and I will say it's a decent film, but I kind of wish I'd watched them the other way on, because I thought the 2018 version was one of the most visually gorgeous things ever, and this one just doesn't quite compare, but obviously this one's much older, so it's not the film's fault. But if I were to recommend them, while I recommend the 2018 one much more, if you do want to watch them, I'd say watch the 2003 one first. This is directed by John Kent Harrison. It's written by Susan Shilliday, based on the story by Madeleine L'Engle. And this has a cast including Katie Stewart, Gregory Smith, David Dorfman, Chris Potter, and various others. And the story is recognisably the same as the other version, so I'm going to assume they're kind of closely adapted from the book. But again, I haven't read the book, so I don't know exactly how close they are to the true story. Meg's father has disappeared, and 3 women appear before her and help her and her brother locate him in this magical adventure. And it's fine. The storytelling is fine. It is worth pointing out that this is exceptionally long. It's definitely over 2 hours, which in general is not a tremendous length of time, but for this story, I just don't think it needs to be this long with this particular film. I think they could have lost at least 20-30 minutes, and it would have tightened the narrative up quite a bit, and it would have made it a stronger experience. But I don't have a huge issue with the pacing, but it definitely could have been a lot better. And we also have some gorgeous visuals. Again, not as good as the 2018 version, but it was still pretty impressive for a 2003 film. It still looks good. It's nice to look at. The story works well, and the performances are very good. The characters are very well written. The camera work is good, and it looks decent. And it's just unfortunate that I watched the other version first, because it, in my opinion at least, it just isn't as good. I don't think the story is as well executed, but again, I haven't read the book. This one could be more closely adapted from the source material, and if that's the case, obviously it gets credit for that, but I can't comment either way. But I think the story in the other one was a lot tighter. I think the visuals were significantly better, but obviously this one being released significantly earlier, it's not necessarily that fair to compare the visual quality. But it's a good story nevertheless, well executed narrative, great characters, great performances. It is still visually a satisfying film. It's longer than it needed to be, but it's not a huge issue. It's still certainly a watchable film. Do I recommend it? Yes. And as I said, I recommend the 2018 one first. But if you do want to watch that one, I'd say watch this one first. Because I kind of wish I'd done that, because then I wouldn't be constantly watching this one thinking, well, the other film did that better, and this looked better in the other film. So that's not this film's fault at all. It is certainly an earlier film that still did a great job of telling a magical story with beautiful visuals. A Wrinkle in Time 2003 is a decent experience, and if you liked the 2018 version, definitely give it a watch. If you haven't seen any of them and you're curious about the story, I'd say the 2003 one is definitely worth watching.